Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I don't know when you're watching this. What I do know is this is the No Credibility Podcast. My name, as always, is Anthony Centeno. I appreciate you coming back. If this is your first time watching. Why? But if it is, this is the podcast, the only one on the internet that I'm aware of, where college students across the board can go online and submit their issues and have them solved by people who probably shouldn't be trying to solve them. And today we're talking relationships, specifically relationship advice for all of my lover boys and lover girls out there. And with me today for a very special episode is the love of my life. It's Deja Warren, ladies and
My
gentlemen.
husband is going to beat you up.
I apologize. I had that intro
I
planned
cannot.
when my girlfriend was supposed to be on this episode. Sam, love you. She was not able to make it, but thank you so much for being here.
No problem,
I
Ed.
appreciate
No
it.
problem at all.
Deja, usually as part of the intro, I try to get to know the co-host a little bit more.
Okay.
And one of the main things that I typically ask is, what is something that you would consider yourself an expert in?
I kind of consider myself an expert in love.
Ooh,
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Nothing too heavy, nothing too much, but I'm married. I've been with my husband. This makes the 10th year. So I think I'm kind of like an expert. What makes you an expert?
That's incredible. That might be the first time we've had someone that has credibility on this show. It kind of defeats the
Yeah.
purpose, but we'll take the layup where
I
we
didn't
can
say
get
I
it.
know everything. I just said I'm kind of
Fair
an
enough.
expert in that.
Yeah, okay. I like it. Any achievements to speak of in regards to, 10 years
Yes.
married is
Well,
incredible.
10 years married is a huge achievement. Well, together.
Yes.
3 years married.
Oh,
it's
okay.
still a huge achievement. I'll be graduating with my master's in May, so congrats to the class of 26.
Big congratulations to you.
Achievements. I don't know. I just feel like my life is an achievement at this
Mm.
point. Everything's been going very well for me this year, so that's my achievement, honestly.
We love it. The big 2-6. Hopefully I can get
Yeah.
there. I'm
Mhm.
proud of you regardless. Deja, today we are talking relationship advice. Do you have any general relationship advice that you would like to offer as a
Keep-
forward?
Keep people out your business.
Speak
Is
to it.
my key relationship advice to people.
Mm.
Whether you're married, boyfriend and girlfriend, engaged, whatever it is, keep people out of your business. Whatever happens between you and your spouse, between you and your spouse. I don't care how mad they make you. You guys need to handle it, because what happens is you look crazy to people outside when you didn't spit all of this crap about your person, and now you like, oh, we fixed it and we back together, and you think everybody else is supposed to adjust because you did. So my number one rule is to keep people out your business.
That is so true.
Mm-hmm.
I find that to be the case so often. Like my guy friends will have arguments with their significant others, won't air anybody out, but they'll come, seeking advice, or even just like to be able to vent a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, and maybe without them noticing, there is just a difference in how I view that person, their partner, after the fact. It's natural. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think the trouble that people run into with that often is that in looking for like a confidant, you are also now inviting someone else in to have an
Absolutely.
opinion on your partner that
They shouldn't.
absolutely. Yeah, that's good. I'm not even going to offer advice. I mean, she crushed it. I've got, there's no foreword that I'm going to offer that's better than that.
I think you got it in.
I would say to that point, I would just say that make a more concerted effort to communicate with your partner. On the note of keeping other people out of your business, make sure that the business that you have going on within your relationship is well established, that is understood.
Absolutely.
If you're having like problems or insecurities within your own relationship, it's good to just air it out, even if there's nothing to necessarily be done about it, there's nothing actionable about it. Sometimes just like, hey, I'm feeling this kind of way because of X, Y, and Z that happened, and that's really all that needs to be said. But communication will take you a very, very long way.
Absolutely. I know people who are like, oh, I'm mad at my boyfriend. I'll do that. Like, because majority of my friends, they're married. But it's like, I'm mad at my man. What you mad at him about? He should just know. That sounds crazy. Like, nobody here is a mind reader.
Yes.
And he doesn't just know. Like, he doesn't know. Like, you wouldn't know if he's mad.
Of course not.
Or what he's mad about. So you have to talk. Like, without talking, without having those hard conversations, like, it's pointless to be in a relationship.
Yeah, it puts your partner in a losing situation. where
Absolutely.
If they can tell that something is wrong but aren't doing anything about it with their telepathy or whatever, it's like, what does that say about your partner? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Well, he should know what's wrong. It's an unreasonable
It's
expectation.
unreasonable. And I know you made a statement like, even if it's no change behavior. So I actually disagree.
Oh, okay.
So my thing is, once you bring something to someone's attention and you're in a dedicated relationship with that person, if you really care about that person and something is bothering them, you will make the effort to change your behavior if necessary, if it's not something extreme. For example, if somebody's like, I don't like your friend, I don't want you to be their friend, I think that's insane, like, and a little crazy. You have to
Absolutely.
give points and reasons as to why you are feeling that way about that friend to eliminate them from that person's like life.
Yeah.
But if you don't have any real solid facts on why you feel the way you feel, I think that that's like a crazy asking of somebody.
I think that's respectable. For me, it was and with that the point that I made before, it was more so like for something that takes no action. Sometimes it's just like, hey, I'm feeling a little insecure today. You know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily like my partner does this all the time, where like she maybe doesn't necessarily like what she's like wearing on a given day, or is just like not feeling great about herself. And there's nothing that like I can do other than to praise her as I usually
That's
do.
action.
Right. But even then, there's not anything that I can't like praise her more. You know what I mean? Or try to like alleviate it. Sometimes just getting it
Words
out
of
is all
affirmation.
that's needed. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but that's still actionable, because it would be unactionable if she said, yeah, I'm not feeling myself today, babe. I feel like I look crazy, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, then that's unactionable. But the fact that you said you speak on her, you give her words of affirmation, you let her know like, hey, like today might be a rough day, but to me, you always look hot. That's doing more for her than you think. So that's still actionable. That's still helping to like shift her moment. Like it's plenty of times where like I'll be like, babe, yeah, like I'm a little bloated this week. I feel like crazy. And he's like, I like you bloated, not bloated. It doesn't matter to me. And when I walk outside, like just for him saying that, I'll be like, it don't even matter if somebody else think I'm not cute or what I've been with. Like my man think I am.
Right. You have that security.
Yeah. So
that'll
like that's all that matters. Like your opinion of me really doesn't. It don't kick it with me, because I have like a ranking of people's who opinions matter
a hierarchy
in my
of
life.
value.
Yeah, as I get older, and it's like outside people who don't really know me, it don't matter.
Right. What does that matter? Really?
Yeah.
Deja might just do this show by herself. I don't know if there's a whole lot of relationship advice I could offer. I'm sitting with an expert, and that was unbeknownst to me. This is a great conversation, but I do want to jump into some of the issues. Hopefully, we'll test your knowledge a little bit, because right now you're balling. You're absolutely going.
I feel like you're gonna get me though, because you make.
I hope not. Okay, so here's the first one.
Okay,
and these are all just folks submitted online. I don't want to use their names. We'll go with what's a good.
Let's use Ruthie.
Ruthie. Actually, that works extremely well. Ruthie writes, so I am a 20-year-old female. I'm extremely low on cash, and I am working to make my own money during the college semesters and also now during the summer. On the other hand, my partner, also 20 years old, has his parents pay for most of his things, and he often buys expensive new gifts for himself, like a new full set of golf clubs. Golfing. I am currently trying to find ways to stay at the college that we both attend, given how expensive tuition is. Recently, I found out that he receives over $900 a month from both his parents and some prior money set aside from his grandparents. In the last 2 months, problem is, I have paid for almost everything we have done or eaten. Ooh. He occasionally will pay for groceries, but at the moment, I can only think of two less than $50 trips that he's made to the store for us. I really appreciate all he does for me, but I've definitely spent far more money on this relationship than him. He expects me to pay now, and I do not have the money to keep this up, nor do I want to keep paying for meals for both of us. Is it wrong of me to want him to pay for more than I do in the relationship, or at least half? Ooh.
Ruthie, girl.
Ruthie, your partner might hate you.
He might not. He doesn't want you. He don't like you. I don't know if you ever seen this lady on Instagram. It's this like black older lady, and she like makes all of these posts about like when men are showing you that they don't like you. Ooh. And her thing is like, he doesn't like you. He doesn't want you. Ruthie, it's giving. It's giving very much. Something's up. But I want you to, you go first.
I mean, off the top, I mean, like Ruthie, you're struggling with paying for your tuition. You're struggling with the regular courses of life as it is right now. Clearly money is an issue for you, whether or not it's an issue in your relationship. But I think like the money struggles you're having are going to become a byproduct, like an issue in your relationship as a byproduct. You know what I mean? And if your partner is not recognizing that, let's say he had no, I don't know, parent stipend that he's got for $900 a month. Let's say he was just an average Joe like you. Still something to recognize. You know what I mean? Something to be aware of. If my partner was struggling financially, I'd be, aware of that. I'd be cognizant of it. I'd be trying to help out to some extent. That's my takeaway. And then you add in the fact that he's getting this, I don't know, existence allowance from his parents. And it's like, there's not really, and that he's buying gifts for himself, like a new set of golf clubs. Sell the golf clubs, help your lady stay in college, or at the very least take her to dinner or something. That's crazy, I
think it's bigger fish here than just the money. Okay. I'm going to dissect this.
Ooh, okay.
Ruthie's 20. They're 20. At 20, you have to be mature if you really want to be in a relationship with someone. And it's given that he's not mature.
Sure.
He's showing that in his actions. So it might be money, and in this year for her, like, is money. But what else is he doing that's showing you that he really doesn't put you as a priority at all on his list? So going back to where she said she is paying for all of the dates.
Yes.
Okay. I'm a firm believer in relationships. It's not always going to be 50-50. Sometimes it'll be 30, like 30, 40, 50, 60. You know.
75, 25.
Yeah. Sometimes it might be 80 and somebody can only
Right.
give 10. But the fact is that they have to make the effort. He's not making any effort.
Yeah.
His effort is zero.
Yeah.
So she's doing 100, he's betting 0. That's a problem. So I would tell Ruthie that she needs to focus on herself. Right now, she needs to drop this 0, and get with a hero. Yeah, but truthfully, she needs to focus on herself. She needs to focus on how she's going to pay for her semester, being that he's not even willing to contribute towards that. The money that she is bringing in, instead of paying for dates, maybe that can go towards also her bill, or maybe her doing something nice for herself versus her doing something nice always for her and this boy. And he's a boy. He's not a man. I'm sorry.
That's a great point. That's actually something I kind of overlooked when I was reading it. I mean, you're talking in the last 2 months, you've paid for almost everything that you guys have done or eaten. That's taken away from money that you
can
seem
use.
to desperately need right now for tuition and whatnot. Like, if you're trying to balance out your life right now financially, and you've got a partner who is eating away at that without, being aware of the situation that you're in, that's somebody who is just ignorant of their partner, is like not concerned for the person that they're with.
Consume with herself.
Yeah. I think the college aspect of it definitely puts in a context, like you said, because like age is one thing. You can be 20 and be like mature, but I think with college specifically, this guy might be just trying to like maybe do his own thing and doesn't want to
tell you.
Right. Or doesn't want to spend that money on his partner because he's like, that's fun money.
Right.
That's friends' money. That's money to spend with the homies when we're going out, find I don't want to tell you to leave your partner, but definitely talk to him, because maybe there's something going on there. There could be something else that maybe his money is going to that you're not aware of, potentially, because right now it sounds like it's just going to.
It's weird. But it's also kind of interesting, right? Because if the roles were flipped and this was a man and Ruthie was the boy, we'll say that she's a user.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't really do that with guys, because there's guys out here who are moochers too.
100%.
Just as much as there are plenty of females who mooch, and I don't like that. Like, don't be taking advantage of people. That's like so corny to me. But there are plenty of guys who also take advantage of women. And like in this situation and in this instant, he's doing that to Ruthie.
Absolutely.
Ruthie.
Poor Ruthie.
Poor Ruthie.
Working class woman getting abused by a man.
Right.
Terrible. Ruthie, I hope that helped. Ruthie, find another partner. Find someone who values you.
Yes.
And focus on yourself. I hope you're able to make it out of the financial situation that you're in right now.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Let's move on. What else do we have here?
I like this.
This is good. It's fun, right?
Yeah.
It's good. This one, ooh, I like this one.
Uh-oh.
Am I in the wrong for not letting my boyfriend control my life decisions? Okay.
You gotta, okay.
It's
All
good,
right. Go ahead.
I
I'm
pick good
buckled
ones,
in.
I promise. We're going to call this person. Let's go with Samantha.
Okay.
Samantha writes, I'm 19 in college, and I'm dating this guy who means well, but sometimes takes his looking out for me way too far. Like he's always trying to steer my life choices, like he's the CEO of my future or something. Just the other day, I told him I'm thinking about majoring in art, but I'm kind of scared it'll be hard to get a job later. It's understandable. He immediately hit me with, quote, you should pick something safer, like business or IT. You have to think about your future, not just follow your feelings. Ooh, that's wrong, brother.
Okay.
We could keep reading, but that's we're already striking out here. I got annoyed because I just wanted some support, not a lecture. So I said, if you don't trust me to make my own decisions, maybe we should take a break. Good on you, Samantha. Tell him. Now he's acting distant, and he says I'm being unreasonable. Friends say I should compromise, but I don't want him controlling me. So am I in the wrong here?
I feel like it's more to this than Sam is saying.
Yeah, I want to try to play devil's advocate
Let's
for the
do
gentleman, but
it.
he sounds like the worst. If we're playing devil's advocate, I don't know. You're only 19. I can't imagine, unless you guys are like high school sweethearts.
Right.
I can't imagine you guys have been dating for very long. Let's assume that this has been a relationship that's been going on for a while. Maybe like he's trying to think of their future. Maybe they're not in a great financial situation,
Yeah.
the two of them. And so like, in some cases many people go to college to, get better financial opportunities. And maybe that was what they set out to do. And somewhere along the lines, she fell into art more than anything else. And now wants to pursue something she's very passionate about. And he's still concerned about that financial aspect. That could be something that would maybe lean him towards trying to, maybe it's not so much him saying, don't follow your dreams as much as it is like, hey, let's stay on the path that we had for ourselves. That's about as much leeway as I'll give you, brother, because otherwise this sounds way too controlling.
It sounds like he's a dad. Like, is he older than her? Like, I need more details, Sam.
That's
like,
a
it's
good
giving like
question.
he's older than her.
There could be an age
Because I
gap.
can't see a 19-year-old like man being like, you should maybe think about accounting. And I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. Do you know any 19-year-olds that's gonna make that as their statement?
I mean, unless you're one of these guys that's like, listen, if you're trying to get into like, I don't know, crypto or something, you believe like Forex trading is the future, then maybe you are like a big business IT guy at the age of 19. That would make sense. Or if you're into like NFTs or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, like, if you're just a regular guy and you're dating and you're also, are you not studying anything? Like, why are you concerned
what's up
about
with you?
the money that she's bringing in? What's going on with you, brother? Is that, there's a lot of questions
It's a
here.
lot of questions here.
I don't like this guy though.
I don't know. I don't feel like, so I'm gonna be fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fair.
Okay.
I understand what he's saying to her. I don't like how he said it.
Yes.
I think he could have said, instead of like telling her what she should be doing, it should be a conversation of, hey, have you ever thought about this?
Right.
Like, I know you're into art and that's fantastic. I want to back you in that as much as I can. But however, did you ever think of like how you're going to move around in the art world once we graduate and what's that's going to look like for you? So she can start thinking about that herself versus him telling her, hey, this isn't going to work. Because ultimately, that would help her to think of the idea without him pushing it.
Of course.
So I don't think that he's wrong in the essence of bringing it up. Like, just for her to think about it. It's just how his delivery was whack.
100%. I think, if he had come at it from that perspective of like, hey, let's take a look at, the career choices we're trying to make and how that stuff lines up with the goals that you and I have together, then it's less about like, hey, I don't like this for you. And now it's more of like, hey, we're still in this together. It's a team project. Let's see how this can do for us.
He's a little serious for 19 because he thinking about like their future like that already. And I mean, granted, it's young couples who do get married very young, but like, I feel like at 19, 20, you still are learning yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't suggest it. I feel like go be free, flap your wings, learn who you are. And then like maybe 22, 23, maybe even 24, sure. Like find that person, take it serious. But like, he probably still don't even, he sounds like he knows himself very well. But then again, who knows, he could be putting on. And like, he probably don't know what he want, and maybe he's a user like our other friend,
like
Ruthie's
like,
man, and he's like trying to make sure that she secures the bag for them. I don't know what the situation there is, but I think that he's not trying to be controlling, but then again, I said it could be more to this than just this instance for her to feel like he's controlling, because that's a heavy word.
It is.
That's
and
a very
this does
heavy
come
word.
off as a little controlling, but I agree with the sentiment of like, they're both young. He might just be trying to maybe not want to take risks. I don't know what kind of background this kid comes from, but like if there's not a lot of leeway that he has with chasing dreams and stuff like that, then that just might not be his prerogative. However, you're 19. This is the time to go and pursue the stuff that you might find silly, to see if you rock with it and if that's a career for you. Because ultimately at 19, even if you're like, I hate the phrasing of you should pick something safer, like business or IT. Samantha, to be fair, you could be awful in business and in IT, and then you studied it, you go into it, and it did nothing for you, and now the only thing that changes, now you wish you had gone to art, and you hate your partner. There's nothing.
And there's plenty of people who actually make good money off of art.
100%.
So clearly he doesn't even know what he's really talking about.
He's not saying that you have to be the one that's making the art. You could be curating it. You could be someone that's working in museums or what have you. There's plenty of different avenues to go with. And I don't think that he is necessarily, it doesn't sound like he's an expert on the art world to even be able to confidently say at 19, this isn't going to go anywhere for you.
Like, who are you?
Yeah, exactly that. Samantha, tell your boyfriend to know his place a little bit. Maybe
she
have
got to stand firm on her, like stand her ground.
Yeah, and I respect that she did. You know, if you don't trust
did.
me to make my own decisions, maybe we should take a break. Love that for you. Give him a little space to maybe reconsider how he talks to you and understand that.
Yeah.
If he's coming at it from, again, like a perspective of we're in it together, you know what I mean? But being combative is just not the way to discuss any kind of concern like that.
No, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
That's good. I hope the best for you, Samantha. Another one down. Let's move on.
Ooh, we rolling.
Yeah. We are rolling. Ooh. Okay. Am I in the wrong for dumping my date? Interesting. Give me a name for him.
Is a man.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's go with Pete.
All right. Pete, what's going on with you? Pete says, I had a first date scheduled with a woman I met on a dating site. We agreed to meet for coffee at 2 p.m. I arrived on time at 2:10, or I arrived on time, so at 2 o'clock. But at 2:10, she texted me and asked if I was at the cafe. I said yes, and she said she was at home, but would leave soon and be there in 20 minutes. Basically, her text implied she was waiting to make sure I was there before she bothered to leave home, which is, that's the way I read it. I don't know if you see that.
Yeah.
I was put off. I took the risk she wouldn't show and came on time. She should have. Am I wrong? I finished my coffee and left at 2:30. She still wasn't there. At 2:45, I got a text from her wanting to know where I was, and I said, I finished my coffee and left at 2:30 when you still weren't there as promised. She sent a series of nasty texts telling me how awful I was and how I did everything wrong. I should have texted her and told her that I was leaving, etc. Am I in the wrong? Was I really, or is it unreasonable to expect me to wait 45 minutes for them to arrive late when the only reason they are late is to make me wait?
She dead wrong.
I think she was wrong, but there is a portion of it that I agree with, unfortunately. This person, first off, this coffee date lady does suck, unfortunately. And I'm sorry that happened to you, Pete. You could have texted before leaving to let them know I'm not going to be there, because that's petty meets petty when you don't. You know what I mean?
Well, he already texted her.
Well, I think as far as it goes, he had texted and said at 2:10 that he was there. She texted and said she'd be leaving in a few minutes. He waits there until 2:45.
Right.
He did a lot. Respect
it's
to you,
date.
Pete. And it is a
that.
date. Yeah.
He did his part. He texted. She said she was going to be there 30 minutes. He gave her an extra 15.
He gave her a grace period.
He gave her a grace period. You still wasn't there. So now you're showing that my time isn't valuable. Only your time is. I don't know if old girl probably got stood up before in the past, and that's probably why she was doing the waiting it out. Let me make sure he's there, but at least be in the car. At least be at the facility, like wherever you guys are meeting at,
right.
The coffee bar. So then you could just hop out your car, make it look cute or whatever, like you're a little 10 minutes late. But like to literally be, it's 2:45. Like I'm sure this man has stuff to do and places to be. So I think he did his part. I don't think he's wrong. I think she's absolutely wrong.
Respect to you. Pete, you have a defense lawyer here. And,
yes,
and
I'm going to court.
She's pleading a good case. Yeah, for me, it was just, I think I'm someone that I don't want to come off as like petty. I prefer to kill people with kindness in that regard. So for me, if I'm in that situation, I probably would have just texted him and been like, hey man, respectfully, you should not do this to people in the future. Like, I'm not going to be here. Don't bother coming. Like, we're good, but have a good one, you know? I don't know. And maybe, again, like you said, she's not necessarily owed that. I don't think that he has to give that in any regard. It's just one of those things where it's, you want to let a person, it's a nice way of telling somebody that they suck, I think.
Yeah, but she already was sending nasty text messages.
Yes.
So, like, my thing is, like, you saying that, even though you're nice in what you were, like, what you said you will send, like, it's still going to make it's an ongoing conversation. The point is you was late, I left, and that's it. So to me, you think you're closing something out as a female. That's not gonna. She's probably still gonna have something to say after that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'd rather just be done. I don't know, but I'm also like at the point in my life at 36 where it's just like, all right, fine, bye.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like we're not wasting time on this kind of stuff.
Not
fair
on
enough.
pettiness, not on craziness, not on people like. Okay, my life is still going to be Gucci. I'm still going to have he had his nice coffee, and it's just like, I'll see you when I see you. Hopefully not, because you don't even respect my time.
Very nice. Yeah, I agree completely. Truthfully, I hope, Pete, the next coffee date you go on is a little bit more satisfactory.
Yes, a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if there's anything that he can do to try to avoid that, but... Really, this is the kind of risk that you run into when you're in college. You know what I mean? You can't really tell who's wasting your time and who's not.
Yeah,
it's all trials, but don't let that one experience shake you. Would be my overall advice.
Yeah.
Keep putting yourself out there. Keep going for coffee.
Absolutely.
Just go to a good coffee place, so at least you're not, wasting the experience. At least you can walk
with
away
some
with
options.
Yeah, get yourself a nice beverage.
Goods.
Start to experiment with the menu a little bit if you're going here regularly. Yeah, that's good. I think it's a good place to sail off. Deja, you've been wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
I love your show.
I appreciate it. I hope to have you back. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you guys have any requests like these ones that you would like for us to respond to. We read them, we respond to them. I promise I will try to. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on YouTube. You can always post your stuff on Reddit. I will lurk around there and find them. But until next time, my name is Anthony Centeno. This is Deja Warren. Thank you so much for having us. Good night.
Good night.